Om Namo Narayana. Welcome back to the Narada Parivajaka Upanishad. Today we are starting section 6 and actually we'll finish the whole thing. Sorry, section 7. These Roman numerals drive me crazy. And then we'll end in this video get the whole thing in. It's only 11 verses. Then asked about the restrictions to the conduct of the ascetic, the god Brahma said to them in front of Narada, "The ascetic, being dispassionate, shall reside in a fixed abode during the rains, and move about for 8 months alone. He shall not reside in one place continuously. The mendicant monk shall not stay in one place like a deer out of fright. He shall not accept any proposal to prolong his stay which militates against his departure. He shall not cross a river swimming with his hands, neither shall he climb a tree for fruits. He shall not witness the festival in honor of any god. He shall not subsist on food from one place alone. He shall not perform external worship of gods, discarding everything other than the self, and subsisting on food secured as alms from a number of houses, as a bee gathers honey. Becoming lean, not increasing fat in the body, he shall discard the fattening ghee like blood. He shall consider getting food in one house alone as taking meat, anointing himself with fragrant unguent as smearing with an impure thing, treacle as an outcast, garment as a plate with leavings of another, oil bath as attachment to women, delighting with friends as urine, desire as beef, the place previously known to him as the hut of an outcast, women as snakes, gold as a deadly poison, an assembly hall as a cemetery, the capital city as a dreadful hell, and food in one house as lumps of flesh of a corpse. Discarding the sight of others as different from himself, and also the ways of the world, leaving his native place, avoiding the places previously known to him, recollecting the bliss of the self like the joy of gaining a forgotten object, and forgetting the pride in his body and native place, admitting that his body is fit to be discarded like a corpse, he shall remain far away, leaving the place of his children and close relatives as a thief does when he is released from prison. Subsisting on food secured without effort, devoting himself to meditation on Brahman and the Pranava, and freed of all worldly activities, having burnt passion, anger, greed, delusion, pride, envy, etc., unaffected by the 3 gunas, free of the 6 human infirmities, devoid of change due to the 6 states, true in speech, pure, not hating anyone, residing 1 night in a village, 5 nights in a city, 5 nights in a secured spot, 5 nights in holy places on the banks of sacred rivers, without a fixed abode, with a steady mind, never uttering a falsehood. He may reside in mountain caves. He shall journey alone, but intent on the 4 months of rest during the rains. He may journey in the company of another towards a village, and as 3 or 4 towards a city. The rule is that a mendicant monk shall journey alone. He shall not allow free play to the 14 organs there, enjoying the wealth of dispassion brought on by the full knowledge of the transient nature of worldly life, firmly resolved in himself that there is no one other than himself, and there is no other different from him, seeing everything his own form, and thus attaining liberation while living, and conscious of his fourfold self, to the end of the sway of prarabdha karman. The ascetic shall live meditating on his self till his body fails. These are the bathing rules of the 3 periods of the day by the Kutichaka ascetic. There is bathing at 3 periods of the day by the Kutichaka ascetic, twice by the Bahadaka, once by the Hamsa, a mental bath by the Paramahamsa, and a bath of smearing of holy ashes by the Turyayatita, and an air bath by the Avadhuta. The Kutichaka shall put on the perpendicular mark of sandal on the forehead, the Bahudaka the 3 horizontal lines of holy ash, the Hamsa either of these, the Paramahamsa the smearing of holy ashes, the Turyatita the mark of sandal, the Avadhuta none at all, or the Turyatita and the Advuta have none at all. The Kutichaka shall have a shave in each of the 6 seasons, the Bahadaka a shave at the end of 2, the Paramahamsa none, and if there is, a shave in 6 months, at the time of the solstice, and no shave to the Turyatita and the Advathuta. The Kutichaka takes food in one house, the Bahadaka collects alms from door to door, as a bee does honey, the Hamsa and Paramahamsa use the hand as a vessel, the Turyatita is cow-nourished, and the Avadhuta takes food at random. The Kutichaka wears 2 garments, the Bahadaka 1, the Hamsa a piece of cloth, the Paramahamsa either unclad or wears a single loin cloth, the Turyatita and the Avadhuta are unclad, as they were at the time of birth. The Hamsa and Paramahamsa wear a deer skin, not the others. The Kutichaka and the Bahudaka practice worship of gods. The Hamsa and Paramahamsa worship mentally. The Turiya Tita and the Avadhuta feel that I am. The Kutichaka and the Bahudaka have the right to recite mantras, the Hamsa and the Paramahamsa to meditate on them, the Turyatita and the Avadhuta have no right for either of these two, but the Turyatita and the Avadhuta have the right to give instruction on the great Vedanta texts, so also the Paramahamsa. The Kutichaka, the Bahudaka, and the Hamsa have no right to give instruction to others. The Kutichaka and the Bahudaka are to meditate on the pranava of men, that being the external pranava consisting of 4 mantras. The Hamsa and Paramahamsa on the Antara pranava, that consisting of 8 mantras. The Turyatita and the Avadhuta on Brahma pranava, consisting of 16 mantras. The Kutichaka and the Bahudaka shall listen to the exposition of the Vedanta. The Hamsa and the Paramahamsa reflect on them. The Turyatita and the Avadhuta have profound and repeated meditation on them. The rule is that all these ascetics shall meditate on the self. Thus the aspirant, after liberation, always remembering the liberating mantra Om, which enables him to cross the ocean of worldly life, shall live liberated while living. The ascetic shall seek the means to attain the final beatitude according to the rules of the special order of which the ascetic finds himself. And thus ends this chapter.